not null value will return for true for those value which is filled
Yeah,
with some value
yeah,
into a data
Assis,
set.
Assis, please. So actually, I'm asking you like which basically the key, like primary key or the key basically, which allow the null value. I'm asking you that.
So unique key can allow the null value, but primary key can't be null.
Okay, okay. And there is any difference like what is the like clustered index and the non-clustered? Which will is a part of this one?
Uh, question, question,
Okay,
no idea.
okay, not a problem. So you have learned the SQL server, okay?
Yes.
So like you have any idea regarding the what is MDF, LDF, NDF files in SQL server?
No, basically, like
Okay,
I just work with their queries only.
okay,
SQL.
okay. Very nice, very very. So like how many types of the joins are available in SQL? Can you differentiate?
Yeah. So basically, there are four type of joins: inner join, left join, right join, and outer join. So in inner join, basically, what will happen? Like suppose there are two tables. So when we connect with two tables, only those tables will be connected which have the common, which are the common value and present in both the tables. So only those rows will be connected. And if I talk about the left join, so suppose I have the left, suppose I have the two tables. So in left join, what will happen? From the left table, all values will be written, but from the right table, only those values will be written which have only common value that match with the left table. So that is the left join. And if I talk about the right join, so in right join, it is the same as the left join, but the difference is that we are taking the left table. Sorry, it will return the right table, and with the right table, it will return also left table with only those values which are common and match with the right table. So that is the right join. If I talk about the outer join, in outer join, what will happen? Every row will be connected with every row of the second table. So that is the outer join. So if I like in left table, suppose I have one value, and in the right table there are two values that is matched with it. So it will connect the first value with each row of the these two rows of the second table. So that is the outer join. That's it.
Okay. So it is all about this one. Like there is any idea regarding the self join and the cross join?
Yeah, I know the self join. So in self join, what will happen? Like from the like there's only one table. From the one table, we are creating a new table with the with the column that is present in the first table.
Like if we have the two table, you can see in the chats. If
Hmm.
we have the two table, like in the first table we have the value like 0 1 0 0, and the second table like we have the value in the one column 1 1 0 5. So what will be
Okay.
the output if I will apply the inner join here? The simple question.
Okay. Inner join. If you connect like there's a two tables, right? In first table, like the first one 0 1 0 0, right? Second table is 1 1 0 5, right?
Right.
So I will get 1 1 0 0 as the output.
Okay.
1 1 0 0.
Okay. It is correct.
Yes.
Okay. No, Assis, it is not correct. So
Inner joiner, right? So,
yeah.
so you said, let me confirm that again. So I have the two table. First table is 0 1 0 0, right?
Right.
And second table is 1 1 0 5, right?
Right.
So as per the like if I saw concept, so inner join will connect only those rows which have the common values. So from the both tables, second row has the common value and third row of the same common value. So only these value will be written, sir.
Okay. So like the join basically work like the zero will be compared to all of this one. Like you can
Sorry.
compare like zero, the zero is here. Then again you are compare zero to zero here. So it will make them pair one by one comparing. So it is not the accurate result. Okay. So like I'm asking you, what is a CT, common table expression in SQL?
Common table special skill. Hmm. No idea, sir.
Okay, okay. So what is the difference between where and the having in SQL Server?
So where basically is used to when we have to filter the condition. When some condition I have to filter the rows. And having is always used when you apply the group by. After group by, you are using having clause basically. Like having this number is greater than this. So on that time using having.
Okay. So like what is the use of the view and the type of the view basically in SQL?
View and type of view in SQL. Wait, I'm not remembering, sir. Try, I know,
Okay,
but this time not remembering.
okay, not a problem. Okay, not a
View I
problem.
think basically create like a new type, like it's like a variable that we work in the Python. जहाँ तक मैं रिमेम्बर कर पा रहा हूँ कि लाइक जैसे हम वेरिएबल के अंदर डेटा स्टोर कर देते हैं तो सिमिलरली इन व्यू वी क्रिएटिंग अ टेबल एंड वी कैन स्टोर इन टेम्पररी and temporary in some like a variable concept like that, and we can
Okay,
use that later.
okay, okay. Ashish, like you have also knowledge regarding the Power BI,
Yeah, actually Power BI taught, but not so much I have used it. I use Tableau basically.
Tableau. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so in Tableau you
So
are.
Power BI, I have knowledge, but actually I already taught in upgrade. So because upgrade is basically providing the teaching to the college. So based on the college requirement, college said कि we have to teach the Power BI to the students. Some
So
college
like
said कि we have to teach the
if you want to clean the data in Tableau, so which software basically is most preferable?
in Tableau if you want to clear the data. So basically most of the time like in Tableau, like cleaning tools is also available.
And the union and also like the data visualization. So where we use the histogram chart and the heat map chart. Can you give me some ideas?
Histogram chart or heat map chart, right?
Heat map, yeah.
So if I talk about the histogram, so we were using histogram when we suppose I have the continuous data and I want to find like uh, like uh, like in an age format, like how many peoples are live between age 10 to 20, 30 to 40. So on that time are using histogram, like you can say like count of the people. So on that time using histogram. And if I talk about the heat map is basically used when when we try to find the correlations between the columns. So on that time we are using heat maps.
Okay,
So that is the main difference between.
okay. So what is the difference like between like what is the difference between data relationship and the data modeling?
Data relationship and data modeling.
Yeah.
So in data relationship, basically, we trying to find the relationship between the all the columns to find the collinearity correlations between the features of the data set, and like finding the what are the feature engineers that we create with the help of the existing features. So that we are doing with the data relationship. And if I talk about the data modeling, in data modeling, this step will become after once my data is cleaned and it's ready for the training purpose. So on that time, we are using data modeling with different machine learning models.
Okay, not a problem. I'm also writing the one clue here. So if I want to apply the
Yes.
append, or you can say that the union, so what will be the output of this one into the command box? So if I want to apply the union,
Mm, okay. So you write at 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So you want to apply the union,
yeah,
right? So union will return 1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
And yes,
Okay, and union
then
all.
next is union all. Union all. Wait, learn the concept. Union all. Written 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Hmm. I'm just too confusing with union or in union. I'm
Okay,
forgetting the concept.
Okay, not a problem. So now I'm going to the Python. Okay. So you have
Yes,
also command on Python. Can I ask some questions?
yes, yes.
Okay. So like if I'm talking about, so what is the, as per your opinion, what is the use of map, reduce and filter in Python?
Map, reduce, and filter.
Yeah.
So basically, we are using map function to mapping my list with some function. Suppose I want to return a square of a list with the existing list. So what I can do, I can create a function that will do the square of a number. So what I can do, I in the map function, I will call that function and passing my list. So what happen? Map function, what it will do? It will take one by one element from the list and pass in the map function and will return. This function will take the number one by one and doing the square and store in a list format. So that is a map function. Map function basically mapping of function with the list. Okay. Now the next one is filter. So what does filter will do? Filter basically is used for filtering, filtering my number. So suppose I want to filter those number that is the divisible by three, or you can say odd number. So on that time using filter function. Similarly in filter, what we will do? We will make a function that will basically filter the number that are writing the logic for it. And then what I will do in filter function, I will pass that function filter and the list. So what does filter will do? So when my function will apply on the list, so it will return only those values for which my condition is got true. And filter, what it will do, it will return that values. And if I don't apply the filter, what it will do, it will return true, false type value format. So filter value will convert true value into the number that is present in the list that match my conditions. Next one is reduce function. So reduce function, as the word refer that it is reducing the number. So basically, if I want to do the sum of my list, so on that time I can use reduce function. So reduce function, what it will do, it will take one by one my number from the list and doing the addition and then return a total sum of the number in the list. So that will do reduce function. That's it.
Okay. I think the reduce function will iterate the value into the pair,
Yeah, yeah. After pairing, it will do the sum.
and the
So one by one.
difference between the reduce and the map basically iterate one by one. That is the main difference between of them. Okay.
Yes.
So also I want to ask you, what is the difference between list and the numpy?
So NumPy is faster than the list. That is the first difference. And NumPy is an array. And in NumPy, if you see that I can store only single type data, but where in the list we can store multiple data type. That is the main difference. And NumPy is faster than the list.
So
And in NumPy, I have
why the
yes.
list is slow as compared to this one, and also the
So
why the list is slow as compared to tuple? There is any technical reason?
uh, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, actually, I'm asking you why the list is slow as compared to tuple or the array, like the numpy.
Okay, NumPy library is basically uh, written for the fast execution. Like in NumPy, we work with only single type data, but in if I talk about the list, so there's a multiple data type. So that is the reason to it's slow than the uh, uh, array. If I talk about the tuple, so tuple is like it's immutable. Once we add it, so we can't delete it and we can't add it again. So that is the reason for the slower than the list.
Okay, okay. So now in Panda, actually, I want to ask you some questions. So what is the difference between merge function and the join function in Panda?
Merge and join. Mm, okay. So merge basically is a use for the joining of the two table. Merge. So in the merge function, we using the parameter join. So that will ask for the what type of join you want to work with the merge function with the as the output return. Like you want to the inner or the left or right type of join. So I know about the merge, but I don't know about the join function. So I learned the join parameter in the merge function that we are using it, like whatever join you want to return as the output from the merge.
Read it in detail. Okay. So, like, what is the difference between view and the copy function if I'm talking about the NumPy?
View and copy.
Yeah.
Okay. S- um, so copy basically create a new space in a RAM. But if I talk about the view, view taking the only the reference of my variable. That is the main difference.
Okay.
So,
So, if you want to clean the data with the help of Panda, so what will be your steps?
sorry, can you repeat the question
So, if
again?
you want to clean the data
Mhm.
using with Panda, so what will be
Mhm.
your step basically?
So my first step is that first I will check the how many null values are there. So we will first work with the null values. So if the null value is like in some column is higher, so my first is in that key I can drop it. But it totally depend on the condition. Key like if that feature is important for my the purpose or like the final output purpose. So we have to first knowledge about it. If that feature is important for the prediction purpose or not. So we can discuss with this client or we can discuss with during the modeling time. So that is a one approach of it. You can drop it. So dropping is based on some condition, like is it important features or not. If it is not important feature, then you can drop it. Oth- or the next approach is that if you don't want to drop it, so what you can do, you can use fill the mean value or median values based on the condition that you want, that match with the requirement. Like if it is outlier, so don't go with the mean, go with the median. Like if in your column like those are outliers is there, so go with the median value, fill with the median values. But if it no outliers, so you can go with the mean values also. And if it is the categorical type values, so we have to fill the mode values that we can do it. Then after that, once you fill the missing value with the values, then what you can do, apart from this, you can use some other approach. What you can do, you can use machine learning models to fill the missing values. For example, suppose I have the 75% data set that is filled in with that is fully filled. Okay, 25% data is missing in my data set. So what we can do, we can use machine learning models. So for the column which is the value that is not filled, so we can use as a target variable, and with the help of machine learning models I can find a prediction and then use that value for my column to filling that. Okay, so that is a one approach to fill it. So once after clean the data set, like with the help of the mean, median, mode, okay, then what you can do, you can also go with the BIF or RFE method to find the column which is important for your models. And also you can go for the correlations. Correlation is also help us to basically find the correlations column, which like what are the columns that have the some linear relationship that are dependent with each other. So we have to drop those columns that is not required for us. So these are my steps. So one is filling the missing values, then finding the correlations, and after that you can use VIF, RFE methods to drop those columns that is unnecessary for you. So that will be my steps for the cleaning the data set.
Okay. So, like, if I want to perform some machine learning library, so which one library is most or give the most predictable result of the k value, like the k nearest neighbor or k means?
Sorry, can you repeat? Sir? Hello.
Hello.
Could you please repeat, sir?
Yeah, I'm asking you which one machine learning library and the machine learning algorithm basically give the most predictable result on the k values. Basically, if I want to perform the k means or k nearby, so which one algorithm is give more predictable result?
If I talk about the k nearest neighbor is basically used for the supervised learning purpose, and if I talk about the k means, so k means is just used for the unsupervised learning models. So both are the different concept. So k is used for the just nearing neighbors to find that this class, this data point is belong to which class, like x or y class. Whereas the k means clustering, if I talk about that, it will help us to create a cluster of a group which don't have any labels. But during training type, it return a clusters. Then we are uh, giving them labels.
Okay. Ashish, do you have also any like knowledge regarding the R programming?
I had, but not now. I
Okay.
know the concepts and all because I already taught them to students.
So can you
But
differentiate the difference between R programming and the Python programming, which you have the knowledge?
if I talk about, like, as per my experience, so in Python, like, we have the, like, a lot of libraries that will help us in AI purpose. And if I talk about the R library, it is limited to the analysis purpose only. So Python is just basically used for the research field, and like lot of flexibility in the Python if I compare with the R. So my experience. We go with the deep learning and TensorFlow and all the AI generation AI. So these already using by the Pythons. So more flexibility in the Python compared with the R. R is used for the statistical purpose.
Okay, the statistical one, I think one question also I want to like if there is any overlifting in the data, so how you can manage this?
Could you repeat, sir?
So if there is any overlifting in the data, so how we can manage the overlifting in the data?
Mm, just like, can you help me to elevate such overlifting means?
Like you have
Actually,
learned
not.
about the skewness and the kurtosis.
Yeah, yeah, skinless kurtosis. Yes, yes.
Okay. So like if
Left
there is
skew.
a bell curve in the like negative and the positive.
Yeah, yeah. So we can convert them with the help of some methods. Forward the methods.
Okay. So okay, Ashish, thank you very much for joining.